Have you ever asked yourself, how can I stop having negative thoughts? If so, you're not alone. Most people struggle with negative thoughts from time to time, and it can be difficult to know how to deal with them. But don't worry, there are steps you can take to get your negative thoughts under control and start thinking more positively. Keep watching to learn 5 steps on how to stop having negative thoughts. When your mind is cluttered with negativity, it can be hard to see the bright side of things. However, when you have mental clarity, you're able to think more positively and rationally. There are several ways to improve mental clarity. One way is to meditate. It can cause us to make impulsive decisions that we later regret, but it's up to us to decide how we deal with them. The tips in this video can help you get your negative thoughts under control and start thinking more positively. Remember, it takes practice to change your thinking patterns, but it's definitely possible. With some effort and dedication, you can create a more positive and fulfilling life for yourself. So don't wait any longer. Start taking steps today to overcome negative thoughts and start living the life you deserve. Fear can also keep us from taking the risks necessary to achieve our goals. But what if we could overcome our fear? What if we could learn to control our fear instead of letting it control us? It starts with understanding the root of our fear. Most fears are based on a perceived threat, something that we believe could happen in the future. We worry about things like public speaking, meeting new people, or making decisions. But the truth is that most of these things are not actually dangerous. We've simply convinced ourselves that they are. The first step to overcoming fear is to identify the source of your fear. Once you know what you're afraid of, you can start to challenge those beliefs. Ask yourself, is this fear rational? Is there any real danger? Usually, the answer is no. Danger is all in your head. Once you've challenged your fear, you need to find ways to calm yourself down. This could involve deep breathing exercises, meditation, or talking to a trusted friend or a family member. You could also try visualization techniques, where you imagine yourself successfully overcoming the feared situation. Finally, it's important to take action. The best way to overcome fear is to face it head on. If you're afraid of public speaking, then sign up for a public speaking class. If you're afraid of meeting new people, then put yourself in situations where you'll meet new people. It may be scary at first, but over time, you'll become more comfortable and confident. And the more you face your fears, the more you'll realize that they're not as powerful as you thought. You'll be able to live your life more fully and confidently. You won't be held back by fear or negative thoughts. You'll be free to pursue your dreams and aspirations without hesitation. So, what are you waiting for? Take the first step towards a brighter, more positive future today. Meditation has been shown to have a number of benefits for the mind and body. It can help you relax and focus on the present moment. When you're meditating, focus on your breath. Let go of any distracting thoughts and just focus on the sensation of breathing in and out. Another way to improve mental clarity is to get organized. When your surroundings are cluttered, it can be hard to feel mentally clear. Take some time to tidy up your living space or workspace. Get rid of anything that's distracting you and make sure that everything has its place. This will help you feel more focused and in control. Clara, you can also improve mental clarity by setting goals. When you have something to strive for, it gives you a sense of direction. Make sure that your goals are realistic and achievable. Start small and gradually work your way up. Achieving even small goals can give you a sense of accomplishment and help you feel more positive. Finally, make sure to take breaks. When you're feeling overwhelmed, take a few minutes to step away from whatever it is that's causing you stress. Go for a walk, listen to music, or do something else that helps you relax. This will help you clear your mind and come back to it feeling refreshed and focused. Improving mental clarity is essential for overcoming negative thoughts. By following the tips above, you can train your mind to be more positive and rational. With practice, you'll be able to think more clearly and make better decisions. You can also click on the links in the description for more information on each of these steps. What we think determines how we feel and act. If we think positive thoughts, we will feel happy and confident. But if we think negative thoughts, we will feel sad and insecure. That's why it's so important to learn how to control our thoughts. There are several ways to gain control over your thoughts. The first step is to become aware of your thoughts. You cannot control your thoughts unless you are aware of them. Pay attention to the thoughts that go through your head during the day. Are you thinking positive thoughts or negative thoughts? The second step is to challenge your negative thoughts. Not all thoughts are created equal. Some thoughts are more harmful than others. For example, the thought, "I'm not good enough," is more harmful than the thought, "I made a mistake." When you have a negative thought, ask yourself, is this thought helpful? Does it help me solve the problem? If the answer is no, then the thought is not helpful and you should let it go. The third step is to replace negative thoughts with positive thoughts. This can be difficult at first, but it gets easier with practice. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," think, "I am capable." Instead of thinking, "I always mess things up," think, "I learn from my mistakes." The fourth step is to practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool. When you're grateful, you're focusing on the positive aspects of your life. This makes it difficult to focus on the negative. Each day, take some time to think about the things you're grateful for. This could include your family, friends, health, or anything else that brings you joy. The fifth and final step is to seek professional help. If you're struggling to control your thoughts, don't hesitate to seek professional help. A therapist can teach you how to control your thoughts and manage your emotions. They can also help you identify any underlying mental health conditions that may be contributing to your thought patterns. By following these steps, you can gain control over your thoughts and live a happier, more fulfilling life. Remember, you are in control of your thoughts. Don't let negative thoughts control you. Number 1. Stop negative thinking. This is easier said than done, but it's important to try to stop negative thinking as soon as possible. When you start to notice that you're thinking negatively about something, take a deep breath and try to focus on the positive. When you doubt yourself, you're essentially telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy of the things you want. This type of thinking is extremely limiting, and it can prevent you from achieving your goals. Self-doubt often stems from negative self-talk. This is the constant stream of thoughts in your head that can be either positive or negative. When you have negative self-talk, you're more likely to believe that you're not capable of achieving your goals. To stop self-doubt, start by becoming aware of your negative self-talk. Pay attention to the thoughts that go through your head on a daily basis. Are you constantly putting yourself down? Do you find yourself making excuses for why you can't do something? Once you become aware of your negative self-talk, start challenging those thoughts. Are they really true? What evidence do you have to support them? In many cases, you'll find that your negative self-talk is based on faulty reasoning or inaccurate beliefs. Once you challenge your negative thoughts, start replacing them with positive affirmations. This can be difficult at first, but over time, it will become easier. The key is to be patient with yourself and persistent in your efforts. Remember, you can't change your thinking overnight, but with practice, you can create a more positive inner dialogue. This will help you believe in yourself and your ability to achieve your goals. When you believe in yourself, you'll be unstoppable. So, if you're struggling with self-doubt, don't give up. Use these tips to turn things around and start believing in yourself again. You deserve it. It can be helpful to have a mantra or affirmation that you repeat to yourself when you feeling down. For example, you could say something like, I am strong, I am capable, or I will get through this. It might feel forced and fake at first, but over time, it will start to sink in and become more automatic. It takes practice, but it's worth it. The more you practice positive thinking, the easier it will become, and the less you'll have to worry about negative thoughts creeping in. Number 2, eliminate self-doubt. Self-doubt can be a major obstacle to happiness and success. Number 3, mental clarity. Mental clarity is essential for overcoming negative thoughts. Number 4, thought control. Our thoughts control our lives. Number 5, overcome fear. In conclusion, negative thoughts are a normal part of the human experience. We all have them from time to time.